If you love movies, please, for the love of God, go see this in theaters. Once in a while, there will be a movie that'll come out where the opening is a super intense battle sequence, or halfway through, a character is talking about a certain point in time, and guess what? It's an epic battle sequence. I always wanted that moment to be the entire film. Maybe that's just me. Ne Zha 2 is quite literally that film, where it's not just one moment in time, it's the entire runtime. It's not just more world building from the first film, it's the full epic you've always hoped those prologues would actually be. The sequel delivers action that's satisfying, but it's so fitting for the characters on their journey. There's real purpose and consequences, and all of it wrapped up in some of the most visually dazzling animation you will see all year. I'm talking about levels of Into the Spider-Verse, Across the Spider-Verse levels of animation. To give some context, I actually watched the first film last week on the most popular streaming service of all time, Peacock. And I'm not really a fan of English dubbed. It's very hard for me to get along with the journey where the mouths are not matching what I am hearing. It really is jarring, and I know I'm not alone, so I'm okay with subtitles. I'm okay with hearing the authentic language that's intended for this film, but still, took some time, but I got adjusted. Overall, my thoughts for the first film, it was just okay. With this sequel, bigger actually means better. I just saw Nobody 2 and I thought it was a fine film, but that one really wanted to be bigger, but it really didn't have an actual purpose. The people in this world take actions that lead to very dramatic consequences. On the subject of bigger, the first film made around $700 million worldwide. The sequel supposedly has made $2 billion. I'm seeing on Box Office Mojo, it's 1.8, 1.9. It's made a lot of money. For all the hype, I think it earns the attention. If you love movies that dazzle you for nearly 2.5 hours, this is one of those rare sequels that does just that. That said, I do have one lingering gripe that I had with the first film, and it still carries over sadly with the sequel, and that's the humor. I get it, this is definitely a kid's film. You will see little butts, pig butts, fart jokes, all of that. And it takes me right out. All of those specific jokes happen in the first hour of the film. Yet again, this movie's nearly 2.5 hours. Everything shifts at the halfway point for the better. That's not saying there's not any humor that wants to come creeping, crawling out of some random sequence and takes you out of an epic moment. That does still happen, sadly, at times. But what you get in return, if you are willing to just go past those really cringy jokes, it gives you a really unique story and some amazing action. You will forget all of the bad jokes when you are witnessing great cinema. It's brutal, it's epic, and somehow the film still finds room for levity when needed. I respect that balance, where you still want kids to laugh, and yes, there were a couple kids in my screening, and it did help to notice that they were enjoying it. I may have not have liked the jokes, but it makes me feel warm inside when I know kids are enjoying something. Now let's talk animation. There are a lot of people complaining about, oh my gosh, Beyond the Spider-Verse is taking way too long. You guys take as long as you need, because if you want quality, these animators, these creators, how do the kids say it? Let them cook. They need to take their time in order to give us something that is visually impressive. The first Ne Zha film came out in 2019. We just got the sequel in 2025. Maybe there's other reasons why it took 6 years, but I guarantee you one of those reasons is to make sure this movie is the best quality for the audience. Every frame is packed with jaw-dropping detail to the point where I was just grateful to be alive in an era where we are getting animation to this type of excellence. The action sequences and fight choreography is spectacular. We've got some great moments from films like Superman or Fantastic Four, and even Nobody 2, but here, this movie takes the cake. What really surprised me is that all of this spectacle would mean nothing if the characters weren't engaging, and they are. Where one side is the good side, the other side is the bad side, but there's more to it than just that. There are certain story elements that I won't get into details because I want you guys to experience this without knowing anything whatsoever that happens in the second half, but they don't just look at the characters for their superficial level. At its core, the movie builds on the theme of the first one. Fate is not fixed. You can forge your own path, but here, they bring it to an epic stage. Coming off the first film that was just okay, this sequel expands the world, deepens the characters, and delivers jaw-dropping animation and action sequences that rival anything that you've seen this year. This is what the theatrical experience is all about. I highly recommend this movie. 9 out of 10. Well, thank you guys so much for watching this review. It really means a lot. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, but most of all, do not forget to be blessed.